oh dear. People act like I was asking for them to like build me a whole new life. I'm sitting here shook. Hey Virgo, I'm sitting here shook, y'all. I am shook. I was like, people were sending me these lives like, hey, AK, what's his name? TV head is going live about you. So and so made a post about you. And I'm like, about what? They're like, oh, because you made a GoFundMe. And I'm like okay, and they're like, yeah, because they're saying like, should influencers, make GoFundmes and ask supporters to support the. First of all, wait a minute. Hold on. We gotta hold on. I don't I We got to understand the definition of influencer and content creator. Baby, I am not an influencer. I am a content creator. Let me rephrase that, or let me repeat that. I am not an influencer. I am a content creator. And I don't know if y'all have been following me this last year, or at least the last 9 months that I've been pregnant. Have y'all seen me do much content, if that at all? And I don't know if people know, TikTok don't pay very much. So here, actually, let me. I'm sorry, y'all can't see the comments. Hold on, let me try to change this. Okay, yeah, there we go. So I'm getting sent all these videos, and I'm like, people were acting like I'm sitting here like, hey, I need everybody to support me living on a yacht. And flying out to the Bahamas and flying out to Europe. I need y'all to all support me while I'm sitting here like, damn, all I said was I got laid off from work. Did I'm like, I'm sure. Hold on. Hold on, let me let my friend up here. And so I'm sitting here like, I'm getting people like, well, don't your husband have a job? Don't. I'm like, whoa. Y'all
Okay,
don't know
you talking about Pastor Petty?
who's Pastor Petty.
Did you see the video he made about you, calling you a
No,
scammer?
because no, I did not. I haven't been on TikTok. People been sending me messages like, "Hey, so and so made a video," but
Mm-hmm.
I've been dealing with having a baby, having
Right.
preeclampsia, all of this stuff, and so I'm like, and so I'm starting to look through stuff, and I'm like, why is people acting like I'm sitting here? I think people have the wrong idea. I think people see someone who has 1.8 million followers and think that I have $1.8 million, because I don't know where people are coming from. You know what I mean? Like, I'm
Right.
not really sure where the math is not mathing for people, but I need y'all to understand, follower count does not equal amount of money, does not equal anywhere near money. I need y'all to understand that. And if you've been following my page, you would know that I have not made any real content in like 9 months. I am not an influencer. I am a content creator. I go live and I make content. But if you followed my account, you know that I have not made much of any content. And if you are aware of how TikTok pays for content now, your video has to be at least a minute long, and it has to qualify for them to pay for that video. So I really feel like a lot of people are jumping on a bandwagon, not really understanding that what you see on the initial is not actually how something really is. Um yeah, I make nothing from creator funding. Exactly. If I don't make, first of all, I in order for me to make any money from the creator fund, my video has to be at least a minute long. Then it can't be a stitch or a duet, because those do not count in the creator fund. So if you've seen me make a video that has a stitch or a duet and it's over whatever amount, that none of that counts. I'm like, Dark Coffee says, I hate that people are holding you to a standard they don't hold professional cup shakers to. Baby, I I'm shooketh. I'm like,
Yeah.
wow.
It's not fair. And this particular one, I don't know if he was ousted from this side of TikTok because they found out about certain particular things about him, but now he's on the other side, if you know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean. I don't want to say it.
Mm-hmm.
And first he was anti-scam.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's calling out everybody else that's anti-scam.
Mm-hmm.
He's just in a bunch of drama, and now he's taken to screen recording everybody on this side of TikTok's
Mm.
lives and then streaming them for a whole group of old miserable YT ladies
Mm. Well,
laughing in it and
I have not.
impersonating us.
I don't even know who this person is. I haven't seen that video. Somebody said somebody named Aaliyah Hodo Hoodoo. I don't know who that is. I haven't seen all those videos because I've literally haven't been on TikTok. I have just had some people send me text messages like, "Hey, did you see this video? Did you see it?" And I'm just like, "No." And then so I started scrolling through, and I'm like, "Oh,
Yeah, I
people were really
actually
offended." Like,
yeah, I actually heard him talking about your GoFundMe on his live the other he blocked me, but he don't know I could still see him anytime I'm scrolling through on my other phone.
mm-hmm.
And he was like, "Oh, I don't even want to talk about that demon. We already know about her." And I was like, "I know he fucking lying. Like I'm not finna tell Aunt Karen as soon as I see her."
Yeah, I don't know. I just think it's funny because I could have got on TikTok and just said, "Hey, and just did live battles all day and said, "Hey, I mean, I don't know. I guess I'm trying to understand what is more palatable because I could have just
Maybe the
got on.
Cash App, bless the Cash App. Listen,
Right. That's
everybody
what
is doing it.
that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm a little confused because I think people have this, this perception that if you have over a certain amount of followers, you must be getting a certain amount of money. And if you know anything about TikTok, honey, follower count does not equal anything in terms of money. It really doesn't. If you're not getting sponsors, and even if the Fanita situation didn't show y'all something about how followers and influence and what you're doing can it doesn't make the amount of money you think it does, I'm not really sure what y'all are looking at because I'm not sitting here like, hey, I got a BMW, or I don't know, whatever expensive luxury car y'all think somebody with 1.8 million followers would have, because I don't have it. I'm not asking saying I need you to pay my car note, my this, that. So I was just really shook that so many people were like, oh, should we support large content creators pockets? And I'm like, but you do that anyway. When you get on a content creators platform and they say, hey, bless the Cash App, or
Right.
they say, hey, send some gifts, or I'm not letting you up if you don't send, if until we reach this amount of likes and gifts and all of that, don't you think that's what you're doing?
Right. And then when you're streaming and you're getting gifted, and then you're streaming on TikTok and YouTube monetizing off of our trauma or our struggles, like
Jamie,
you giving me Steven from Django Unchained,
baby,
and
I
you
mean,
happy to be there.
Jamie said, you said it too, Carter. Jamie said they give Jeffree Star gifts every day, and he's a millionaire, baby.
Right.
Y'all be saying this man, Jeffree Star, be live battling. Are y'all okay? And y'all be throwing him gifts. Are y'all okay? I have seen so many people who have way who have so much to their name out here live battling. I'm starting to realize that y'all just trying to go for the low hanging fruit, which in this case is me, because I know darn well I could have jumped on this app and I could have not said anything. I could have pretended like everything was okay. I could have just said nothing and just said, okay, so everybody, in order for me to go live, I need y'all to hit my subscriber goal. In order for me to
Right.
do this, I need y'all to hit my I'm okay, I need 100 hand hearts right now. I need 100 hand. I need a yeah. I need a galaxy.
And
You know how many
right.
people do that all day, and I didn't do that at all.
Right. And the thing is, it's okay. Like it's okay to have your gifts on. It's okay to have your Cash App up.
Absolutely,
It's your platform. But and we all go through stuff. But it seems like it goes back to what everybody's saying. It's never the what, it's the who.
it is the who. It is the who
It's never
because
the what, it's the who.
Mm-hmm.
How dare she do this? And she has 1.8 million
Yeah,
followers.
but it's just it's really funny because I want y'all to know that you could have 2 million followers, you could have 20 million followers. TikTok does not pay you for how many followers you have. You could have 10,000 followers and do better with engagement and content than somebody who has 2 million followers. I need people to understand that what you see on the surface is not always reality. So I could easily have gotten on this app and said, "Hey, you guys, I'm a live battler now. So all my followers, if you want to really support me, now you have to. I need you to help me with the win these battles." I didn't say that at all. I was honest. I said, "Yo, I got laid, pushed out a baby, got laid off. So if anybody got some, if anybody wants to help, let me know."
You
And
were
I get.
totally honest, and even that is not accepted or respected. It's like people want to find a problem with you, whatever you're doing, and again, it's going to
Yeah.
be a bigger problem with if it's the who, and you particularly don't like that person.
Exactly, exactly. Because I know people sit in lives all the time with people who are like, "Oh, and okay, I'm gonna shut the comments off until I get until my live goal. If till we get 20 galaxies, the comments are not gonna come back on." When Sean and Olivia, do y'all remember when Sean and Olivia was on live all the time with Shanice? Baby, y'all was gifting and doing
Yeah,
everything
just
you
to get him to
can
come out and
just
do
to
a
get
crazy
on the
dance
panel.
just for the opening.
Yeah, yes, Cynthia, of course. Y'all was doing all kinds of stuff just to get on the panel. Baby, that's wild. What I realized is y'all don't like honesty. People prefer you to play in their face. So I guess next time the lesson learned here is y'all just want a bitch to play in your face. Y'all just want somebody to be like, "Oh, I'm a battler now, and I need y'all. And if you want to come on my panel, it's $10 to come
Mm-hmm.
up. And if you want to drop somebody, it's $50 to drop or 25 to drop. And if you want to bring that it's like it's all the same. Y'all do realize that, right? It's all the same.
He definitely, this person I'm talking about, Officer K, he definitely wants clout.
Yeah, and that's why I have not. You can tell. That's another thing. I have not personally responded to any of those videos. First of all, I can't. I'm not going to be able to watch nearly all of those, but I'm not responding to anybody's video in particular because I don't have time and the energy to. Because you obviously want clout. Like, let's be so
Right.
fucking
And
for
you
real.
don't owe nobody an explanation about what's going on in your life.
But I
While
was
they
kind of.
sitting
But
up
I was
getting
kind of.
gifted, while they sitting up getting gifted for talking about your GoFundMe. That's
Exactly.
crazy to me.
And I was, yeah, they were making videos like, yes, yes. And they're like, oh, like the headline for some of these are like, should we support large content creators in lifestyle? I'm like, lifestyle? Babe, y'all think I live in a mansion? What do y'all think I live at? Baby, I'm in Detroit.
That's crazy
Are
because
y'all
um
okay?
yeah, I was just saying the other day, I said we would hear Aunt Karen at work.
Mm-hmm.
At work. Going to work, leaving work, still trying to be
Mm-hmm.
on live and address certain things with us. Service would go out for a minute.
Hey,
She'd be
Kels.
like, hold on, I'm leaving work. Like,
Right.
what?
But I could have been like, I'm gonna be a live battler. Y'all got it. Like, I could have said all kinds of stuff and never told y'all anything. I thought like, hey, be honest, let people know what you're going through. People appreciate that. Apparently not. Next time
Okay.
I'm gonna have to come up on here and just be like, anyways, if y'all want
Yeah,
to get
we
on
gonna
my
fix it.
panel.
Yeah, we gonna come up here and put cash tags up and put gift codes up, and I'm gonna help you.
That
Help you with.
apparently
Yeah.
apparently that's what I got to do. I got to be like, hey, this is my live goal. Nobody's going on the panel, which I've
Mm-hmm.
seen people, plenty of people do, where they're like, hey, no one can go on the panel until I get my Cash App goal or until I
Right.
get my gift goal. And I don't do that. I've never done that. Oh yeah, I can send you one, Cynthia. I've never done that. So I was just kind of surprised to see, because people act like I was like, "Hey, I live in a mansion and I need you guys to support me cuz I need a new Lambo." And yeah, so if you can help, I'm not even asking if, you have to help. Like, I'm sitting here like, y'all, are y'all okay?
Right, just don't donate and mind your business.
Right. And that and that's perfectly fine. Like, I don't know. I just thought it was interesting because I'm getting all these messages and I'm just sitting here like, I'm not gonna respond to every single person, but I will go live. And if people want to ask me a question, be intentional with it, but don't be an asshole about it. Like, just be intentional. I think people really look at somebody with a large platform of 1.8 million and think that that's how much money I have sitting in my pocket, or that's how much I can get at any point in time. Baby, that's not true.
Hey, Aunt Karen. Long time no talk.
Hey, Cynthia, how are you?
Enjoying my summertime break.
Okay, period.
Yes, I just finished my 30th year
Okay.
teaching, but I'm keep going because we in high demand. But anyway, first of all, congratulations on the baby.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So, and I'm glad you're better from pneumonia because I just finished going through that with my own mom.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah.
while I've been home, I just kind of been, in them TikTok streets, and they
Mhm.
were all over the place. Did you hear who has a GoFundMe for $10,000? Somebody even screenshotted
Mhm.
the little thing that they put up, and I'm like,
Mhm.
and so what? She just had a baby. She
Mhm.
just got laid off, which I don't understand how you get laid off when you're on maternity leave. That don't jive right with me. That I would look
Yeah.
further into it. And I'm like, she has the same expenses as everybody else,
Mhm. Mhm.
especially with a new baby.
Well, and I think again, like, we have to understand there's a difference between influencer and content creator. I have never once on this app got on here and said that I am this large influencer. I'm not. I'm a content creator. And when I create content, I create content. But again, if anybody's followed me this last 9 months, I didn't even make my pregnancy content. Like, you know how people be like, "Hey, this is week so and so. Follow me to my appointment." Da 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 da. Da.
Yeah, you
I
was
didn't
too
even.
sick.
I was too sick to
You
even
was
do
too
that.
sick. Yeah.
Well,
Like,
I was missing most of your content. You know how I found out you were pregnant?
hmm.
When Omar and I talked.
No, see, yeah. That's why I said, like, I think it's really interesting because if you really followed me, you would know that I haven't did races of the day. I have not did I was not my pregnancy was not my content. Nothing like that was content. I really I shared, I reposted stuff, but again, you don't get what is it? The creator fund doesn't pay you off of stuff like that. And I just thought it was so interesting that so many people thought I was sitting here like, yeah, and I don't do Karen's court. Like, I don't know. I think there's just such a misunderstanding, and that people see a large content creator and think like, oh, they must have all this money. And no, y'all, TikTok does not pay what you think it does. You can have my platform size or bigger and not make anything. Why do you think so many large content creators like Jeffree Star is out there selling his own shit? Do y'all not see him on live doing battles, promoting his makeup? Do y'all not see him doing stuff like that?
Now, when I see he's live, I don't go into it because I don't agree with what he's doing. I mean, if he has all that money and his line of makeup, why are you doing battles and making 30K from taking money from people who maybe could
Mm-hmm.
use that for something else?
Yep,
Yeah,
they tell
Cynthia,
you.
he was also on live selling his products the other day.
Yes, he had a whole live stream selling.
Yep.
He has to, at this point, Jeffree Star, his makeup used to be just his name alone. Now he has to sell his own makeup products because he can't, he has to be like in front of the camera. Before, he didn't have to do all of that. It was just selling because it was his name. But again, like, I think people have to look at stuff as a whole and try to understand where that this is just because you think somebody has a large following, or that means that that's how much money they have in the bank. Like, that's ridiculous. So I'm not offended by it. I think what it shows is the lack of understanding that we have as people on TikTok, that when we see somebody with large numbers, we assume a lot about them.
And too, I mean, I know you have that 1 point, what is it, 1.8 million?
Mhm.
It's not like we have 1.8 million in here that could,
Right. That
just give you money, which would be nice if everybody donated $1 to you, then you'd be set for life. But
mhm.
I just think it's a shame that those huge ones get on there and battle and make more money and more
Mhm.
money and more money. Why? I don't understand why people don't go look for people who really needs it. And I'm not talking about the scammer side of TikTok.
Right, right,
You can tell who really needs money and help
Mhm.
compared to the ones that are on there every day and needs their internet bill
Right.
paid and money for a
Mhm.
hotel. And I don't know if you saw the Sasha and Corgi mess that went on when she had her twins. It was absolutely horrific.
I honestly, I have not seen much
Oh
of.
my God.
I have not been well enough to even be on this app and do all of that stuff that I used to do. Like, I used to know just about all the drama, all the tea, what was going on. But I had it this entire pregnancy, when I before I had my, being pregnant with my son was so much energy, so time consuming. I was sick most of the time trying to get my daughter together, my, just a family dynamic stuff that my husband and I were doing, like, and then working at the same time, then being placed on bed rest. I just honestly, I just sat and listened to a lot of stuff. I didn't get involved.
Well, I mean, they've had some stuff going on that I know you would have, looked into if you'd
Hmm.
have been feeling right and in the right position. But I mean, how can anybody on this app expect you to go do content when you on bed rest?
Right, right. Well, that's why I said that. I really don't think people fully understand. I think they're like people are like, oh, she's a large content creator. How dare she ask for support? But you guys, when you go into any content creator, any influencer's live, if they're selling you something, they're asking you to support them. If they have a Cash App goal, they're asking you to support. If they have a live goal, if they have a gift goal, if they are saying, hey, if you want to drop somebody out of the box, you got to pay this amount. I think it's really about how it's presented. And apparently, I presented it wrong by telling y'all the truth. Maybe I should have just said, "Hey, I just want to start making some more money on this app, and if you really support me, you'll support me by giving me, your money, and that's it." Like, I guess that's the way I should have said it, because apparently people do not appreciate the truth. Maybe a right message, wrong bitch. I guess it shouldn't have
Yeah,
come
it
from
could
me.
be. It
It
could
shouldn't
And
have
be.
come from
you
me.
know what? I think part two is also more and more people are asking for money and gifts and stuff than they were before.
Mhm.
And so now you're kind of clumped into the rise of, hey, give me some
Mhm.
money, give me some money. I mean, I know, what was it, last year on Omar's live that he put
Mhm.
my cash out because we were trying to raise funds for a bench at my school.
Mhm.
And then as soon as we reached it, we took it off, and that was a wrap. But
Yep.
you have some people just leave it on there, leave it on there. Bless my cash app, bless my cash app. Well,
Mhm.
why should I bless your cash app? Are you going to bless me back?
Right. Right.
Are you going to help
Right.
me
And
stop
and,
over
and
my time?
even still, like, I don't have, listen, how you get your money is how you get your money.
Mhm.
I'm not pocket watching nobody, but what I'm talking about, the people that are pocket watching Karen right now and making money while
Right.
pocket watching her. That's
Mhm.
what's insane to me. They're holding these live streams about you or other content creators
Mhm.
with gifts on.
Mhm.
Like you look insane.
Mhm. Because essentially you're doing exactly what you're trying to call me out for.
Exactly.
The
You're
only
calling her a
difference,
scammer, but what are you doing? You're spreading awareness. No, you just hating.
right?
And this one is hating from outside the club, as they
But
say.
but how many people get on this app though and message people personally and say, "Hey, can you send me some money for this? Can you send me?" I There's tons of people that do that. There's tons of large or large gifters and stuff that have been struggling because they get messaged day in and day out about people who ask them for gifts and money and stuff like that. again, this is stuff that I realized that I could have done, but I didn't do that. I was fully like, let me be honest. Let me just say, hey, y'all, this is where I'm at right now. I got, and my layoff was 100% legal because again, I was not the only person laid off. The company has financial struggles, and when they don't have the money to pay for a position, they don't have the money, and they had let go several people. So I said, you know what, let me just be honest. I mean, I just had a baby. I got 2 days later I find out that I'm getting laid off. All this, I don't, you know what I'm saying, like there's a lot of stuff that's up in the air. Yes, I have a husband. I saw that came into question too, and I'm like, y'all, I did not come from my household is not a one income household. I can proudly sit here and say that my household, not, and I don't know, there's not a lot of households, and if they are one income households, they struggle too, because if that man or woman, whoever has the primary function of working, loses their job, they're just about done too.
And people don't realize that not everybody, it like you said, you're in a two income household. Insulin costs a lot of fucking money.
Mm-hmm.
That's number one. People do not, they just automatically assume medical bills is cut. Do y'all know how expensive being diabetic is?
Right. And that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I think it's just the right message, wrong bitch. Because
Hmm.
y'all cannot be this mad. Y'all cannot be this mad when
Well, they
people
can be.
literally.
You know what my theory is?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all are just miserable in real life, and so you got to find somebody on this app to pick with.
Yeah, true,
You
true.
just fucking miserable, and so you got to find to get your rocks off to make your day
Mm-hmm.
happy. You need to find something or something about someone that on this app that's doing something that you are gonna be mad at, and you gonna hop
Mm-hmm.
your ass on TikTok and get everybody in an uproar about it.
Right. But you know what though? Because one thing about drama sells. I could cuss somebody out right now, go sub only, and how many people would sub to my live to see the drama? I could have did that. You know what I mean?
Yep, you could have. Like you said, great message, truthful, honest. It's just you can't win on this app,
And
honestly.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I live in a bubble, and I've done that on purpose, kept my circle small. But
Mm-hmm.
until I got on this app, I've never been in so much drama, included in it, not just watching it. But
Right.
it seems like everybody, or not everybody, that's a bad term, a large portion of people on this app are just miserable and are hating on people that are trying to make sure they survive. I'm one of those single parent households. And teachers, we don't get paid much, even though I got a lot of experience. So
Mm-hmm.
when my children hit high school, I took a second job in the evening and the weekends. So I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I had no days off. And I worked at a convenience store to make sure I had enough for, graduation,
Mm.
celebrations, ring, proms,
Right.
all that.
Yeah.
But if it would have been
Yeah.
necessary, I would have put a GoFundMe to help with that, but I never thought of it.
Right.
I
Right.
I agree. They just listen, Cynthia. Certain rooms I can't go in. People start tagging me. They still mad because I'm mod for Omar. Okay,
Mm.
from two
Yeah,
servers ago.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I catch it too.
It's
Mm-hmm.
just crazy. I just ignore it because I'm like, I don't even know you. How are you that angry with me?
Yeah, well, and that's why I really truly believe like it's just the way that the message. I think people like to be manipulated because there's so many ways that I could have gotten the money and just did it differently. I thought being honest would be more, I don't know, more genuine, and people would understand, and people would be like, wow, okay, this, hey, this large content creator is being honest, blah, they just had, blah 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 blah. And but I could have just said, okay, I'm about to go start some mess with some people, and then put it on sub only. And then in order for you to get in here, if you want to get on my panel, you have to pay for this. And if you don't hit my live goal, the comments are going to get muted. And I'll only unmute the comments once my live goal is hit.
Oh yeah, your GoFundMe, you would have been, your goal would have been met by now had you
My
done
goal
that.
would have been met by now.
But
And
I'm gonna leave you with this thought. The same way people are hating on it, there are still going to be people that are going to support you.
Right.
Just
Yeah.
just know that. So I don't want to take up your time on your panel, but I did hear some of it last night, and then I got a private message from somebody, and then I saw you was live, so I didn't know which actual content creator you were talking about that made the video, but I
I'll be
do
honest with
know
you.
one of them.
I've only the only one that I really even saw a snippet of was TV Heads Live, but everybody else, like I guess somebody named, you said the Petty something, and then
Pastor Petty Clay,
yeah,
yeah.
the Petty, yeah, and then somebody Aaliyah Hoodoo or Voodoo or whatever. I have not even I haven't even seen those videos, and I'm not gonna go seek them out because like I'm not. What's the point? You have already made your determination, and it's not like it's just not worth it.
Yeah, he probably screen recording. I probably gonna be talked about later on anyway. I really don't care, but I just wanted to hop up here and just say, just to know that you do have a for the people that's hating, you have twice as many people that love and support you. So,
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
all right, thanks for having me. Have a good
Yeah.
day, y'all. Have a good day, Cynthia. Good to see
You
you.
too.
All right.
Hi, hi, Aunt Karen. How are you?
Good. How's it going?
Oh, it's going okay. First of all, I want to say congratulations on the baby. He's so
Thank you. I
beautiful.
appreciate it.
And I can't stay long because I'm actually in the middle of working. But I just wanted to kind of say this. I saw a couple of videos today where people were criticizing the GoFundMe and everything like that. And to that, I just have to say this. I am really tired of people clocking other people's hardships and things like that as if nobody can't fall into a hardship themselves, especially in this economy where housing prices are rising and the cost of living is just getting more and more of a struggle every single day. And it bothers me watching people like criticizing someone for falling on hard time. So I just pray that all of those people who making those videos and criticizing everybody, that they are in a situation where they don't have to rely on people and things like that. Like, because it can easily be you. And I don't
Agreed. Yeah.
understand. It can easily
Mm-hmm.
be you. Back in February,
Mhm.
I lost my job and I had to ask the help of my community to help me get through until I found another job. So, and I am forever grateful. It's just really sad in the state that we're in that we can't even rely on a community to even just be human. They just want to take this opportunity to shoot down someone and get an "I gotcha" moment, and it's just like it's
Right.
pathetic.
Yeah, because somebody said in the comments, hold on, let me. If somebody said something about having a kid in this economy. What did they mean by that?
Yeah,
I don't.
that's the particular one that I was seeing, and it was like, "Don't have kids if you can't afford them." Like, you'll never be ready to have a kid in that case. And it's like, and I don't know what your situation was, and like if it was planned or if not. All children are a blessing, but to sit there and say don't have kids from an optic of someone who probably doesn't even have kids, and then the fact that you are married to a white man, a white tea man, it's like, what does that have to do with anything? As if white tea people can't fall on hard times too.
And it's not like she planned to
Oh,
have
see,
the
I didn't see
baby
that video.
and then get laid off 2 days later.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, that's interesting. No, I didn't see that one. But I mean, I really don't understand. You know what though? But again, I think people are looking for a reason to pick apart something because like, what does having a white husband have to do with? I didn't know. Are all white people rich? I'm sorry, I didn't know that.
No, we're
Is that what
not.
they're
We're not
saying?
in Karen. I can tell you, we're
Is that what
not.
they're saying? Because like, and then to say to have a baby in this economy. Oh, well then you better be living at home with your parents then, and your parents should be footing the bill for you because obviously because in what economy and I want to look through the last 100 years was it a good idea to have a baby? I mean just in which economy? Please let me know.
I'm still trying to seek legal recourse for my parents bringing me here unexpectedly. I'm still trying to look for the legal recourse on that. So far, I have not found any. But but either way, I think a lot of these people make those kind of contents and try to pick somebody apart because they don't necessarily feel good about what they have going on the back end, and they like to project those insecurities and their anger off on other people who are being open and vulnerable and honest and not doing well themselves. So I pray for them. But anyways, I have to get back to work again.
No problem. Thank
Congratulations
you
on the
so much. I
baby.
appreciate you jumping on and giving your opinion. Listen, everybody's opinion is welcome, is valid, but if just know, like, if you're gonna say that, oh, why should we support large content creators, da, 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 and you're thinking that I have 100 million in the bank, and I'm sitting here asking for money, I think you have to really reevaluate your stance and make sure that you're not coming from an inflated viewpoint. Make sure that you understand that follower count does not equal money on this app. If y'all didn't see, again, let me refer back to the Fanita discourse about all these content creators that and influencers that were getting called out for making more money on this app than people of color or people who have. I mean, do y'all not remember that one TikToker? I think he's a filmmaker, and he has like 20 million followers on this app. He spent $40,000 making a movie, asking and charging like $5 for his followers, his 20 million followers. He charged $5 for them to see the movie, and he didn't even make a quarter of the money he spent back. He couldn't even make $10,000 back from the 40,000 he put in of his own personal money. We have to stop thinking that just because you see somebody with a large follower count, that means that they got it like that. And it's really sad.
It is. And and Karen, on your we mutuals on your other account, not on this one, but so you need to follow me back. But anyway, when I was talking to a friend about which you can't, how you hold court and everything, and that how you point out racism and stuff. And she was like, well, how can you follow somebody who points out racism? I said, racism has no color. You can be racist any color. And she said, well, how do you become friends with somebody at 1.8? I said, she's a regular person. She has struggles like everybody else. She has wins like everybody else. She got married. It. And what I don't understand is it was somebody in the comments said it. YT Kales. She said, unfortunately, the scammers have numbed most, and now side-eye requests from folks who really need it. And that's what I started out with. Because there's this lady I follow on her lives, and she streams these beggars that are on there every day, all day, and need money for this, need money for that. And, one of them made 10K last month, but still online begging.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I'm watching this, I'm like, now I'm kind of skeptical to give money to people because they're not going to do what they say they're going to do. They don't show receipts or nothing. But you come and you are totally transparent, and then you get drugged through it. Makes no sense.
Yeah, it makes you, like, I think, like, it makes you want to go, okay, well, next time I'm just gonna start putting together a whole, like, little program together and say, this is what it is if you want to get on my platform. This is what it is if you want to do this, or if you want. And then, because apparently that's more well received than just being honest.
I guess so. And then they have the ones, I don't know their names because I'm just popping in and out wherever. $5, send me a cash app, $5, and I can say your comment on live. $50 to drop somebody from the box. Well, I'm sorry, I need my $50 for maybe groceries for the week. Just to drop the person on the box.
But Cynthia, I'm not knocking anybody that says, hey, if you want me to read a comment, cash at me $5 and I'll read your comment. I'm not knocking people who do that. But don't act like we're different, because don't act like I'm different because, like, if I'm telling you what a situation is, they may not be telling you why they're doing it that way. You just assume that everything is good, but you don't just start charging people overnight. You don't, unless you feel like you need to, unless you need the money. People don't just do stuff unless they feel like they need to do it. So if you go into a room where somebody is charging for them to read a cash app, or to read or to drop somebody from the box, it's not because they don't need the money. They're doing it because this is their, in their way, this is how they make money. This is their quote unquote job. But then when people say that this is their job, people get mad. I had a full-time job. I did not use social media as my job. So what is it?
Yeah, because I don't, in all the lives we've been
I
in
don't
together,
have.
I've never heard you say anything about send me gifts, none of that. And this is the first time I've ever seen or heard from you with a GoFundMe account and your Cash App up.
Yeah,
So that tells
I did a
me,
GoFundMe for like I think it was 2 years ago. I did a GoFundMe for a woman that I met at Walmart who, if you guys remember, she was in Detroit as well. She had a library, like a garden for kids. And these a bunch of kids would do gardening in this Detroit lot, and they also had books. And her I ran into her because I was getting a book for Sophie at the time at the book at that little area. And and anyway, at any rate, she had inspired me to be like, hey, let's donate, let's see if we can get her some money for books. And we raised $2,000 at the time to get her to for these kids can have like their own little book exchange that they were doing. And we had given her that money, and she went on, and the kids did the gardening, and all of them got books from that event and stuff like that. But it's like it's there. I don't think there's any issue with having a GoFundMe or anything like that. I think it's just, again, I think
right.
people
And
look at me.
and like you said, it was 2 years ago you did it. And then now you did it for you, and you're completely transparent, and they just dragging you across this app like you've been begging every day.
Mm-hmm. And I have, whenever I created a GoFundMe, I have always been transparent. I have always said this is what this is for. Even when I was asking money for the when I said, hey, when I did put up a Cash App goal, I said I'm doing this because I need insulin. I'm gonna be honest with you. Either you want to help me or not. That's cool. I didn't know how expensive insulin was until I needed it. And that's great. If you want to help, if you don't want to help, cool. What's up,
Hmm.
Omar?
Now, I was just coming up to say that, people are just mad because it's you. You know what I'm saying? They're mad because it's you, and they know you have a support system and that you'll reach your goal. You know what I'm saying? And so it's they go talk anyway. You could have won the lottery yesterday, and they'll be like, oh well, why did she win it? Why did she need the money? You get what I'm saying? And that's what
Mm-hmm.
people do. They just sit back and wait for opportunity, like, oh, a gotcha moment. Like, no, bruh,
Mm-hmm.
like, I mean, it is what it is. And
Right.
that's why like my cup of fucks is empty when it comes to
Mm-hmm.
things like that, when it comes to this app.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, it's easier if you would have been up there on some negative stuff. Oh, believe me, they'll raise 140,000 for you in a day.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Donald Trump got 35 million that same night
Mm-hmm.
when all that stuff happened. And,
Right.
and it's people that don't like him. It's people that do like him, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's what it is. I think, when people see that you actually have a support system, especially on this app, and that people will actually reach out and help you, it bothers them. Oh, oh,
Mm-hmm.
she did this, ha ha ha. But as soon as the ha 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 come, you like, hey, well, can you help out with this? Now they're mad at that. What I mean, at what point does it stop? And it never
Mm-hmm.
will. So yeah, I mean, just do you, sis, and we support you. And like I said, you have a real support system. You ain't by your followers, you ain't by
Right.
your likes, you ain't by your views.
Mm-hmm.
And what I mean, it shows. And yeah, people, it's some, believe me, it's some people that's sitting back that's not saying nothing, that feel that same way too, that's in their feelings about it. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
just do what
Mm-hmm.
you got to do, and at least you do have, what I mean, the humility to ask for help.
Mm-hmm.
There's been times on here when I've really needed help personally, and I didn't do it because I already know that the suckers are sitting waiting, like, oh man, he's asking for this, he's asking for that, because they sit and have a microscope on your entire TikTok life. Everything you post under here is under scrutiny. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's all I want to say. What's up, Cynthia?
Not much, but I still need to talk to you. I'm
Yeah.
just enjoying. I'm enjoying being outside and not having to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning and get in a classroom and try to be normal in front of them children.
But you know what? This made me realize because I remember like a couple weeks ago when, or maybe it was a week or so ago, when HB was live and people were willing to pay her for screenshots of somebody, um to get Snapchat of somebody's nudes. And she had made like $1,800, $2,000 in that live. And it's just so funny to me that people are like, the way that people were so willing to do that. And then when you go and you're honest, like, hey, just so y'all know, this is where I'm at, blah 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 blah, and then you get drug all up and down the streets. But I've realized that it's not the message; it's just the messenger. And for whatever reason, there's the biases towards me, and that's fine. Y'all, whoever, all those people that made those videos, y'all got to look inside yourselves, because I ain't gonna look into it for you. But for whatever reason, you just don't like me, and that's fine. But don't act like I'm doing something different. From the only thing different was that I was honest about it. Because there's a lot of your favorite content creators who will take the money that y'all sending them, gifting them, and all of that for some drugs, for some whatever, and they don't and don't do half of what they say they're gonna do with it.
They just still in their feelings because you probably drag one of their favorite creators from here to yonder. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? And they still in their feelings, and people build these. Um, it's like I'm gonna use myself for an example. A lot of the times when I've gotten mad at my friends and stuff like that, my friends would already be over it, and they'd be like,
Mm-hmm.
"Omar, you stay mad for a long time." It's me. It's my mental. So people have this mental thing to where, what I'm saying, they're still pushing a certain agenda, thought process, or these ideologies and shit, and it's them. It ain't you. It ain't you, because you didn't have to say nothing. You can suffer in silence. And the thing
Mm-hmm.
is, you don't wear your struggles on your sleeve. So then when you ask for help, oh, why is AuntKaren asking for help?
Mm-hmm.
Why are you mad? Because it's AuntKaren? Because AuntKaren has a big platform. She's more popular on here than your favorite creator. That's all it is. And it's just you just I sit back and look at others, and I love to see other people win. I love to see other people accomplish goals and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Some people really don't. Like they say, that saying is the most truest ever. Misery does love company.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I guess so.
Well, Aunt Karen, maybe you need to stir up some drama.
Well, but you know what though? But again, like, I don't like to do, I don't like to do stuff like that. When I put together, like when I did Karen's Court, right? And I put together a show, I wanted it to be mutually beneficial for people. I wanted it to be entertaining. I didn't want to sit there and go, hey, if you want this, you got to pay me this. That's just not who I am. But I see that people, I see that people respect people more who are like that, who just don't give it, who just don't give a fuck. I see that that's what it is that people respect more, because it's, but that's not, never has been me. I've never when I've seen this wave on TikTok where so many people have been charging people to get in their box, meaning to go on the panel and give their own free opinion. People charge people for it. Then if people don't like your opinion, they can charge to drop you. I have never been that type of person, and this is not a knock on anybody, but for me, I have always wanted to open my platform and just be open and let people speak and let people have their, whatever conversation, as long as it's a productive conversation. I've never said you got to pay to drop this person, and if they offend you, oh well, pay. I've never did that. But it's, to me, I see that apparently that's more respected than being like, hey, this is where I'm at. And but I'm not going to, I'd rather not ask for money, or I'd rather not ask for help than to go through the route of saying, if you want to get on my panel, you got to pay. I've never been like that.
And Aunt Karen, the thing of it is too, you have to realize um, there may be somebody sitting in the comments that could join your panel and educate not only you, but everybody in your live on the topic of whatever it is that,
Hmm.
a different point of view and
Yeah.
make and have like a aha moment.
Hmm.
But won't come up because they don't want to pay the $20 to come up in a box.
But and then you got to look at it like this too. Have I made a video talking about why is AuntKaren asking for this? Look at who's making these videos.
Right.
That's all you got to do is just really sit and look at who's making the videos. You don't have certain people making videos about it. You know what I'm saying? So that's a tell all sign right there. It's just that people, I don't know. This app is so fucking negative. It's ridiculous. I'm so glad that I've taken a break. I'm glad that you took a break with your pregnancy and everything because it gave us time to sit back and really look at everything and just watch how everything play out. And
Yeah.
honestly, I was saying that this morning on my live. I don't know if you guys saw it, but I was saying that this morning that people how are you into it with a different person every 3 days? How are you into it with a different person every week? Sometimes we have to sit back and look at ourselves and see that we are the problem. But like I said, that word accountability is not just a word, it's an action. And people don't want to look at that person in the mirror and keep it, keep it a buck with themselves.
Yeah. And that's why I said there's so many ways to make money on this app, but TikTok, like again, TikTok does not pay. I am not an influencer. I totally 100% understand that I am a content creator, and if I'm not making content, I am not getting paid. But one of the things about me, I'm not going to fake beef, and I'm not going to fake the funk just to get some people into a room so they can support me and cash at me. I've never been like that, and that's just not how I am on this platform.
And so
So
let me
And
if
ask you
that's
people
why I
something.
don't if people
respect you
don't
as
appreciate
a
that, it is
But
what it is.
look at this though.
as
Let
a
me give y'all
creator.
an
That's why I
example.
respect you.
Do y'all remember when I told y'all I pay attention to patterns? That's one thing about me, right? Um, Remember I told you I said when you're black and on TikTok making money, they go hate on you. I don't care. They hate on Keith Lee. And what has Keith Lee ever did to anybody on here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so y'all remember when I was selling those herbs for my friends, they begged me to sell those damn herbs. Out
Mm-hmm.
of 90 people, one person got mad that I blocked them. And then they turn around and sabotage a bottle of herbs and they wouldn't help the whole campaign. That's because do y'all know how much money I was making daily off selling that shit? I was making like $300 a day. And all of my people supported me. So what I'm saying is when you find a way, either way it go, man, these people go hate. You know what I'm saying? They go find a way to try to sabotage what you got going on. They mad right now because Diamond's selling the damn the bottles, the flask or whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, why are you mad that she's making money? She told y'all something happened to where she needed money. Then she turned around and found a way to make money. Now they mad at that. It's just
Mm-hmm.
like, and once you realize you can't satisfy people in real life and let alone on this app, shit, you just got to do what you do and not care.
Yeah. It's just, you know what though, I guess for me it's just it's kind of like I've never been that person to not be honest about my feelings. So when I've seen when I'm getting these messages like, hey, so and so's holding a live about your GoFundMe, and I'm thinking like, oh, okay, like what, why, like what, there's nothing on this app else to talk about, and then I'm looking and it's like, should we support these large content I'm like, damn, yeah, y'all know I don't live in a mansion, right? Y'all know my daughter go to public school, right? Like we not in private school. She ain't like, y'all know she ain't got no trust fund and all this. Are y'all okay? I'm sitting here the way that some of these people were putting their opinions. It's like, I've never flaunted any money on this app. You've never seen me hop out of a Lambo. You've never seen me be that kind of a content creator. So what is y'all talking about when people are sitting here like, we shouldn't have to fund lifestyles? Baby, I live in middle class Detroit. What lifestyle do you think I got that I'm flaunting?
It all started when you got that blue check, boo boo.
Well, apparently so.
When you got that blue check, that was it, and then
Kels, I see. I agree, Kels. I really do. I feel like it is. It's just that people are hating on, and they just hate on anything, and because for me, and I think this is something like that I have just totally realized, because y'all will support E. Kane out of everything. That girl has done so much, but y'all will support her off of everything she does, even the wildest shit. And what I realize is, y'all, people do not like real people. People like people who they feel is beneath them, who they feel they can destroy through their actions, who they like to watch their downfall. People do not like somebody who is being authentic, who is being who well spoken or whatever it is that you feel that you are not, people just do not like that, because it makes no sense to sit here and get upset. Right, the Apple Store queen, it makes no sense to sit here and hold a live about a GoFundMe, and then to say that, because in the comments they say, if you couldn't afford a kid, why, baby, why'd you have a kid, baby? I had a job. I thought I was affording things pretty well until I got laid off 2 days after having my son.
It's a mind state thing. And I was talking about that, being that I was raised in Watson, Compton. I just happen to be blessed to be able to also live in wealthy areas, right? It's a mind state thing, and a lot of us were raised in chaos, and
Mm-hmm.
some people cannot shake that mindset. And so when you are stuck in that mindset, we see it all the time with entertainers, celebrities, people who are in the spotlight. They get tons and tons of money, but they still making these dumb mistakes because
Mm-hmm.
you can shape the material, you can shape the outside, but what's on the inside, that's what has to change. And when people have that mind state, they're going to gravitate to chaos. They're going to gravitate to toxicity. And I'm gonna be honest with you, a lot of people don't even realize that they're dwelling and living in that.
Right.
They miss Maury, they miss the Jerry Springer, they miss the
Mm-hmm.
Gerardo, they miss those things. So guess what? They come to TikTok, wherever it is,
Yep.
wherever there's some kind of chaos, and they just sit in the cesspool and they waddle all in that stagnant ass dirty water.
And
Mm-hmm.
they started.
Yeah, yeah, that's exactly what it is. People like chaos. And again, I'm not going to change my platform. If you don't want to donate, that's fine. And that one, and the other thing too, I never got on here and said, why isn't nobody donating? Why didn't y'all do this? I've never said anything like that. And if you don't want to, you don't have to. I don't expect anybody to do anything. I simply said, hey, this is what's going on. If you feel like you want to assist me, great. If not, you don't have to. I never said that I was living a certain kind of way and all of this. I'm one thing about it is I'm not going to perish if I don't get the help. But it would be nice to have some help. I think anybody who is in a situation when you suddenly wake up and you're like, "Oh shit, I just had a baby. Oh shit, I'm laid off." Like I think you anybody would be like, well, what can I do?"
I saw people asking for so much BS on this app through Cash
Mhm.
Apps that I put a Cash App goal up for $7,000 so I could buy some 4G auto rims. Uh, I ain't lying. I sure did. And I put the rim up there and I put the Cash App goal up there. And guess what? My people donated $7.
Right.
My people donated $7. And I appreciate y'all because guess what, y'all? We got them rims. We got them
Mhm.
damn rims. So them $7 help. But what I'm saying is though, and I was doing it being sarcastic because I just saw people putting so much BS up and just going for anything, and people were so gullible just going for
Mhm.
it. And then I celebrated when I went and bought the rims. I'm like, yeah, my people bought this, and
Mhm.
everybody looking crazy. But it was like $7 and $3. But I'm just saying that those are the things that people will do. Or matter of fact,
Yeah.
people will make up a lie and then turn around and be riding on some rims or come out with a fucking $2,000 weave in their head with some
Mhm.
with some tape ins or sew in or whatever, or they online drinking your money away or smoking your money away. I'm gonna tell you like this. My mom always told me this. She never drank, she never smoked because she had 8 kids, and she said, um, a pack of cigarettes could buy a loaf of bread. So with me
Mhm.
myself, with me building myself personally and getting back to where I was financially and surpassing that,
Mhm.
I buckled down and it's like, okay, there's certain things I can't do. I can't eat out. I can't buy a shoe. I can't if I have it, I'm gonna wear it to the soul fall off. Because I look at how people are ungrateful. And one thing I love about like just my followers personally is that they are very appreciative. So when people come on our
Mhm.
pages and they promote their business, they promote these things. Or I care. You remember them girls was coming up on your page every time you went live. They was coming up asking for money, and they were
Mhm.
asking for. They had a whole wish list up of stuff like they didn't have like boppies for their babies and
Right. Yeah.
they had silk lace pajamas and shit. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And nobody batted an eye. So
But do you remember when Sean and Olivia wouldn't start their live until they had 1 million likes, and motherfuckers was tapping because y'all wanted to see the drama, y'all wanted to see what he was gonna say and how he was gonna scream and yell and what he was gonna say about Shanice and what Shanice was gonna say, and then again, it's motivation. What motivates you? If drama motivates you and all that, then yeah, you you eat that stuff up. That you eat that shit for dinner. Nobody batted an eye when he was like, "Oh, we got to reach this goal," or y'all got. And he wouldn't even come. Motherfucker wouldn't even come out of the room to dance his song until he hit 1 million likes.
I saw a girl the other day, and I'm gonna leave everybody nameless. I saw a girl the other day on the panel, and she was like
Guru
asking for
hard.
help. She
Mm-hmm.
was she was asking for help, and the people like, well, we're not helping nobody. We tired of people asking us for help. And the girl was like, well, I just was asking for a job. She said, I want to buy clothes for my children. Do you know that they tore that woman limb for limb for asking for clothes for her children? And then I actually sent the cash app to the person that was hosting and told them like, hey, tell them to send me their cash app. I got something for them. And they was like, well, look, this is what you do. Y'all go follow them and send a cash app. I'm like, why you just can tell them that specific person? If I paid for you to tell them that
Mm-hmm.
I was going to send them some money because I actually had like $150. Because I mean, shit, with kids, it's not easy.
Right.
Some of us are blessed to where, what I mean, God and the universe provides for us to where we could do things, or we have careers where we could do things. But I've been in a situation where I was out here doing $1,500 of work for $50 to make sure I bought cans of Infamil. So I
Mm-hmm.
understand, what I mean, what it's like to be down sometimes. And people don't understand, like, you're freaking AuntKaren. They think you're going to be down for forever. They think you're going to be down for a long time. Hell
Mm-hmm.
no. Everybody go through things, and you never know what life hands you.
Right. Yeah.
Well, Omar, I was telling her, you remember when we kept putting my cash app up so we could get the bench from my school?
Yep.
And then we got it, and what did I do? I took a picture of the receipt. I took a picture of the actual bench.
Mm-hmm.
And oh, by the way, our school was able to get the rest of our benches, the other 7, by donation from somebody in the community, I believe.
Yep. And how many times have you ever heard me speak on that? I don't even speak on it because,
Nope.
it's like,
Just when we were doing it, that
yeah,
was
yeah.
it.
And when I help people, I do it because I want to. I do it out of my heart, or that's just how I'm feeling at the moment. I don't have to keep score. I don't have to keep that
Right.
in my back pocket as a penalty card. Like, oh, remember when I did this? Remember when I
Mm-hmm.
did that? And that's what people do. People just like to have some type of superiority over people, and they like to have shit to hold over their head. And like I said, they wait for that gotcha moment because it's something lacking inside of them. It's just like that Diddy shit. Some people just like total control and
Mm-hmm.
power over someone. You know what I mean? And that's, it's sad. And sometimes those are the type of people that are in positions to where they, where they can pull some strings and stuff.
Mm. Yeah.
And then that becomes their normal. If you grow up and you're miserable,
Mm-hmm.
that's your normal. And to see other people not miserable is uncomfortable for them. So they're going to do anything they can to make the other people miserable. And I
Lonely,
think
Mm-hmm.
what
that's what's
part?
happening
Lonely,
on this
what part
app.
looks familiar? Lonely, what part? What looks familiar?
Yep.
Because I'm gonna tell you like this: if I give somebody on the streets money, I don't care what they do with it. I did it out of my heart, and that's my deposit into the universe.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I can't sit over here and tell you. Here's a perfect example. I have a friend that's very wealthy. He bought his mother a house. He bought his mother a house. It was everywhere, all over the internet. It went viral, and he got mad because his mother allowed her other children to come live with her. And she was like, Omar, what am I gonna do with this big ass house by myself? She was like, if my kids need somewhere to stay, I'm gonna give them somewhere to stay. And she said, plus I'm lonely. You get what I'm saying? So people want that control. I have siblings. It's 8 of us. Well, 7 now because my brother isn't here. So you can imagine I have 40 plus nieces and nephews. You think if I went and bought my mother a home, and one of my nieces who I don't get along with, or somebody who I don't get along with, she lets them stay there. If they're not harming her, if they're not taking from her or doing anything wrong, and that's her option. See, that's what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying. People just love that control shit, and some people love to be needed so they can, have something to hold over your head.
Mm. Yeah. She said something about Ron. I don't remember anything about nobody
Oh,
named
they did that
Ron.
to Ron. They did that to Ron. I think Ron. I don't remember the whole story, so I'm gonna just give you what I do remember. I
Mm-hmm.
think Ron, he had put up a GoFundMe or something to where he raised money to do something. So Ron ended up going out for a dinner for his birthday. He didn't say if he paid for it or if his friends took him out or if his mama, anybody took him out. And they tried to bash Ron about it, like, well, you got the money and did this. And it's like people don't. Do you know, like the way that my circle is? If one of us don't got it, we go take care of the other person. So it was times in my life when you saw me out living the best life ever, and I didn't spend a dime. It's because people want you to enjoy still. They don't want you to sit over there in the rut and go through depression. They don't want you to sit over there and suffer from You know what I mean? Whatever it is you may be going through at the moment. And that's what I'm saying. People sit up and they want to judge and they want to talk all this craziness, but it's, and I think those people never had anybody really there for them, because a lot of us haven't had people there for us. So when they see other people actually getting help, it's a jealousy inside and they don't even realize that you know what I mean? The jealousy and envy is there. And y'all remember on the Wizard of Oz, remember that witch was green? Remember they had the good witch and the bad witch? The witch was green. If you see the real story, she was green with envy. She was
I'll be
envy.
right back, y'all. I gotta get something real quick.
Okay. She was green with envy. She turned green because she was so envious of the other girl and of Dorothy. You get what I mean? So envy is worse than jealousy. That's all I'm gonna tell you. I've seen people lose their lives up because of it. I've seen people who are no longer have their freedom because of envious. I mean, of being envious. So, I mean, if somebody is getting help, everybody deserve a push. That's why people set up things for their family so when they leave this earth, that they family can have houses and cars and money and stuff like that. Because who doesn't need a push, especially with as high as groceries is right now? Everything is high. Out here in LA, it costs $150 to go outside and breathe.
Hmm.
Everything costs money.
That's true.
And so
And
I,
one more, the other day I was in the at the gas station and I got my gas and I went inside to get something to drink. And the gentleman in front of me, he swiped his card for like $3 worth of gas. And I'm thinking, where are you gonna go with $3 worth of gas? At the time our gas was like $2.99 a gallon. And so, I mean, he was like really upset, like, okay, I thought I had money. And so I told the cashier, I told him, go on about your business, go get it. I said, I got you. So I put him 10. And so the lady said, well, he comes in here frequently doing that. I said, it don't matter. He might be, I don't want to offend nobody. He might be Jesus walking on earth. And I just blessed him. Because you don't know who you're helping. That $10 worth of gas may have gotten him to a job that he needed to get to go earn money to pay for his family's food. I
I
had it. I'm gonna help.
one of my friends, I've never seen this guy have an argument or anything like that. He's lived his life straight by the books and everything. He called me the other day. He was like, Omar hit me. And he hit me. And he was like, man, I'm going through this. I'm going through that. I'm going through
I'm
that.
back.
I'm trying to buy this. And
Mm-hmm.
I told him, I said, well, I'm waiting on the invoice. I said, but I'm going to send you my last $14. Did I think anything of it? Did I be like, no, I'm holding on to it? I'm like, well, shit, I'm not using it. I sent him my last $14 until I got that invoice and I turned around and sent him more money because, I would have never in my life thought him of all people would be going through a hardship. You don't know what anybody is going through.
No,
All of
you,
us
you
don't know.
don't. You don't because like you just don't. I mean, you just don't know because you could wake up and whoever holds the most financial responsibility in your life, whether it's you, your spouse, could wake up and they could have cancer. And now they're getting cancer treatment. Now they can't go to work. Now they can't do this. Now they can't. It's funny to me when somebody says like, "Oh, you have a husband" or all of this. Again, I don't come from a one working household, and I'm willing to bet a lot of us don't. And if we do, it's not because we're millionaires. It's because we're penny pinching and all of that other stuff. So it's really interesting when people sit there and they go, "Well, don't you have a husband?" Yes, I do, and I also have a mother. I also have a father, but that doesn't mean that I'm just money just going to appear because you have something.
But on Karen, you remember now, you and Cynthia, y'all two are the only people that knew what I was going through far as financially. When
Hmm.
I had got pneumonia over a year ago, and I had spent my money, I didn't leverage my cash, I didn't use my business credit. I lost $130,000 of my money. Y'all were some of the only people that knew what I was going through because I could vent to y'all, I could talk to y'all off the app and tell y'all what was going on. I didn't come and ask for anything when I really needed it. The thing is that no one knew what the hell I was going through. And what happens is, what I've noticed is that those of us that don't wear our struggles on our sleeves and make excuses and make up all of this BS to why we're asking for something, we get hit the hardest. People always got some shit to say when in reality they couldn't walk a mile in our shoes. You get what
Right.
I'm saying? So that's why I was saying people never know what each other is going through. I never want. I've spoke on it on TikTok before, but I never let nobody know that it was really affecting me financially to where I had to make all different kind of twists and turns and shit. You don't see me driving my Range Rover no more. I got rid of it. They was like, Omar, you can sell it. You can do this. I said, no, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pay this down and pay this off, and y'all could get this, and I only owe 5,000. Because the thing is that I had to realize I have to budget in order to get back to where I want to be comfortably.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, and people are like, well, you're centering, you're talking about yourself. I have myself for an example because I don't wear my struggle on my sleeves and I make the shit look good. And you know, when you do ask for help, this is what happens. When
But you know what? I rather I rather wear my struggle on my sleeves, humble myself, have people talk about me and realize that I'm just as in the same boat as anybody else can be, and realize that this can happen to anyone, than have people living or putting me on this pedestal of that I'm this person with so much money and that I shouldn't need help and I shouldn't, because you know what? I'm not gonna suffer. I'm not gonna let my child suffer. If somebody can help, great. If not, great. But I'm gonna find either way. One thing about me, if my time on this app has shown anything, is that I'm one resilient person. I have had my ups and downs on this app, but I have always overcome things, and I've always done what I could for people who have reached out to me, whether it was Races of the Day, helping somebody who got scammed, or helping someone who themselves got fired, and utilizing my human resources, my human resource degree or whatever. I have always done that, and I continue to do that for people. So you're not gonna shape me because I'm human. Like,
but you're not wearing your struggle on your
hold on,
sleeves. You
like what
just
I mean is, I just want people to understand. If people are screen recording this, if those people who made those videos, baby, I'm human, just
But
like
you're not wearing
you.
your struggle on your sleeve. You actually just ask for help when in a time of need. And the thing with this app is they equate your number of followers,
Mhm.
views, and all this shit to wealth.
Mhm.
Followers and views doesn't transfer over to monetization for everyone. And
And
that goes around. Then people are mad at that you got so many viewers. Why does this person have this support? Well, why is this person asking for help? I'm gonna drop down, y'all, because yeah, because
no,
I
that's fine. But that's the thing. Guess what? Just so everybody know, the only people who equate money to views and all of this on TikTok is people on TikTok. The creators of TikTok, the people who are paying out for the creator fund and all of that, the people who own TikTok, they don't see it that way. They don't. So you have to stop seeing it that way, because those people don't see it that way, and they're not paying people out that way. Anyways, I'm gonna go. Y'all have a good rest of your day. Cynthia, thank you. Everybody that that can't. I know you changed your name to Cartel 007, but thank you for coming up, everybody. Omar. I appreciate everybody giving their King Petty. I appreciate everybody giving their opinion. I just wanted to hop on and just say what I wanted to say, because I just noticed that there was this discourse happening, and I felt like it was very misleading. And I felt like a lot of these people who were leading the charge of this discourse are hypocrites themselves. But
Mm-hmm.
anyways,
Yep, exactly.
y'all have a good rest of your day. I'm gonna get some rest.